What's up YouTube? This is Serranos here, back to you with another video. This is gonna be a very special video in particular. I'm not gonna be trying to promote anything on this channel. Given the dire situation of this subject. Now, everybody and their mother know what's been going on for the past few days since Sunday. 5 people are currently trapped underwater in the Atlantic Ocean, possibly right on the Titanic, if not very much close to the wreck. It's been all over YouTube. It's been on every other news broadcast you could possibly think of. As of right now, it is like 12:05, 12:10. These people have somewhere between maybe 6 to 10 hours left of oxygen. Maybe even less. This all very much depends on how well they've been using that oxygen. For the past day and a half, I believe, they've been saying they've been hearing banging. These banging sounds. They're not really sure if these banging sounds are from the submersible or not. The submersible. The only thing they know is they hear banging going on around the same place that it went missing, which is right above the Titanic. Now, old shipwrecks have been known to make sounds. There are such things as underwater currents. People have said this could just be pieces of the Titanic being blown around, banging up against the ship's hull. In which case there are still pieces. There are plenty of pieces that are falling off of the ship. This ship is decaying incredibly fast. And some say it's decaying a lot more faster than what it should be doing. But we're not talking about the ship, we're talking about the people who are in this submersible. And chances of them surviving this. I'm gonna be real. I'm not even gonna be that guy who's just gonna have hope. These people, they're not gonna make it. If I'm wrong, everyone is free to bash me on this one. But if they're at the bottom of the ocean, chances of you being rescued is slim to none. You're at the bottom of the ocean. From what people say, it's only 3 different vessels in the world that can even get down there. And even then, the government has to be a government, and you have to go through this and that and the other just to even get to them, and which kind of pisses me off, that people's lives are at stake, and you still want to play politics and stuff when it comes to, like, saving someone's life. Now, I have watched several other YouTube channels. Some which I'm not gonna, all which I'm not gonna really just say their names, because I don't know how they feel. Oh, I'm not sure how they would feel about me just saying their name. But you got some who right along with me have said, like, there's no way you could have paid me to get on that submersible. Why? Because if you heard what the stuff was made of, the submersible, if you heard what the submersible was made of, you wouldn't even want to go on the same pier as this thing may have been on. But most of the subs equipment, if not the sub itself, was made from camping gear. They literally, at least from what articles I've been showing, these parts came from shelf bought camping equipment. How you control it, it looks, you may as well say it's an Xbox universal controller. The way you control the vessel is with a universal Xbox controller. Has the same buttons on it and everything. The way it was described on how you could actually control this thing, a freaking 5-year-old could possibly control this vessel. That is so dangerous. Also, from what was also said, the person who made this thing seemed like they cut a lot of corners. Not only did they cut a lot of corners, but it seemed like they avoided all the safety procedures that this thing needed. And if I'm not mistaken, it was said before that this vessel was unsafe. If I'm not mistaken, before, somebody on one of these news broadcasts mentioned they got on this very same one, and they didn't even get 500 feet down. Crap was going wrong. Not only that, but this vessel was supposed to have been an experimental one as well. So not only was this thing experimental, which means it was basically a prototype. And yes, I get it. With prototypes, you need test subjects. That is normally the case. But normally when you do that, you do this remotely. And by remotely, I mean you do it remotely off the vessel. You don't put people's lives at risk like that. And what makes this even more weird was a waiver was signed. Almost as if somebody knew something was going to happen. And so what they did was they covered their butts. You know, this and this such happens, and let's just say they all die and whatnot. You can't come back and sue us. Doesn't this sound like they almost knew this was a possibility? I mean, yeah, it's basically like getting on a. Yes, I get it. It's like getting on an airplane and whatnot. You can't put this out of the realm of You can't put like the plane falling out of the sky out of the realm of possibility, because it's possible. Crap happens. But you don't sign a waiver to get on an airplane. If an airline crashes and it was pilot error, then the airlines takes blame for it. Here, these people signed a waiver. All five members of this vessel. And so nobody can sue. And I think, believe it or not, I think the CEO himself was in that vessel. So the CEO is trapped down there, along with 4 other civilians, which includes a 19-year-old. Wow. A 19-year-old man whose life is all but certain coming to an end. All because somebody wanted to cut corners. Why? If you have the money to actually build a sub to begin with, even if you basically just build it from scraps, why not follow the procedures? Did you want to see this? Did you want to see the Titanic so badly to the point where you would put others' lives at jeopardy? No way. And I'm about to start using foul language now, but no way in hell would I put somebody's life in danger for my own dreams and obsessions. secondly, the Titanic's and this is just me, but for me, the Titanic is a grave site, not a tourist attraction. Almost everybody calls it a tourist attraction especially because who all was on that vessel, aside from its CEO? Tourists. They were there as tourists. This is not a building or anything with pictures and rides and food. This is a shipwreck where a little over 1,000 people died. And quite a few of them went down to the bottom of the ocean with that ship. But everybody wants to go down there and look at it. They want to see it and whatnot. Leave it alone. Let these people rest in peace. Why are you bothering these people? These people's spirits cannot rest until we leave them alone. People going down there, taking a jewelry that scattered through all the debris field. Why are you taking these dead people's jewelry? And yes, everyone who survived the Titanic is now dead. Even the baby that survived. Yeah, y'all seen the movie. There was like a newborn there. Even the baby survived. Even the baby who survived is now dead. This needs to be a protected area. I actually think it is a protected area. It's just that, it's at a certain point where it's like, I forgot what they call it when you just get out there in the ocean like that, and the laws don't apply anymore. I forget the name of it. It'll probably get back to me later. I don't know. I'm blanking out right now, but still. Anyways, back to the sub. I'm not gonna bring hopes up. It may sound cold. It may sound like I'm being super harsh and super wrong. But there are no chances of these guys surviving. If I end up biting my tongue and eating my words, then so be it. But that's just me. When you're 12,500 miles, 12,500 feet deep down in the ocean, all the way down to the ocean floor. There's no way. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Again, I'm not promoting my video for this one because I'm not trying to use this for content. thank you guys for watching this video. And thank you for listening to me rant. Y'all have a nice night.